Hey y'all, Bridget Bartlett here. I am the local business marketing, training, and support specialist with Builderall. Just trying to get organized here. You know how you go live, and that's just the way that it is. Now we are live on our broadcast page. So if you are watching this, whether on YouTube or on Facebook in the groups or whatever, just so you know, if you click the link in the video description, you can actually communicate and ask your questions on our broadcast page. Up until this point, we have been going live in the groups and then just sharing the information there and then organizing it. However, I have had my personal Facebook page completely deleted, the one that I've had since like 2009. So it kind of made us start thinking of, and me as a business, but also, at Builderall as a business, it makes you think when things like that happen. It's not the end of the world, but you have to adjust. You have to, work with that. And the beauty of having this skill set and having all of these tools available is that I already know what to do. I already have all the tools. I already know how to use them. So this has been not that big of a deal. And as I'm going through the whole process, it's actually super, super cool for me to be setting all of this up and think about what it actually offers other people. So I'm using the Builderall webinar tool right now. And I want to show you, I want to share my screen here because I want to show you around our new group page. So no matter where you're watching this, you'll be able to click the link and then get access to this page. You don't need to add an email. You don't need to be a Builderall member. This training is 100% free, okay? But we do give a lot of resources, and so I wanted to create this page so that it's really easy for you guys to follow. So let me go ahead and share my screen here, okay? So this is our group page, all right? Now, if you guys have... if you noticed last week, I wasn't here, and that's because we were working on the coaching challenge. So the Mag 5, we create these coaching or these challenges, and I wanted to have a great way to for you guys to access those and then be able to come back to them. So what I've done in the menu here, if you're watching this on mobile, first of all, it's better to watch on desktop. I understand that a lot of times you guys are working or whatever and you're just listening or whatever, but it definitely flows better if you're watching on desktop. Also, it helps to be focused on what we're learning so that you can retain the information, and also so that you can be building along with me, okay? I really want to encourage you to build along with me because that's the way that you're really going to learn, right? So if you notice up here, you'll see we have the Mag 5 challenges. So if you click here, it goes to the email list challenge. Now, this is all free, okay? Like I said, you just click the link and you get access to all of this. No registration, no upsells, none of that stuff, okay? This is all for you to use. So you'll see that there is a 34-day training here for how to build your email list. So you can access that. You can access any of the groups as well, and you can, join the Builderall community. And if you have any questions about the tools, you can search here inside the knowledge base, okay? So that's the email list challenge that we did at the end of the year of 2020, okay? So last week I wasn't here because we were actually doing the coaching challenge, okay? So if you have ever thought about starting a coaching business, this is a great training. Even if you have been a coach for a while, this is still a great training because I guarantee you're going to learn ways to automate your training business that maybe you never thought of before. So this is again, completely free training because this is what we do with Builderall. We over deliver, right? So again, you can join all of the Mag 5 groups. If you're unfamiliar with the Mag 5, we are simply 5 niche marketing specialists. We each have an area that we specialize in. So I am local business marketing. Gene Hackus is the network marketing / MLM, as he says. Information products with Keklin, physical products with Jackie DeClerc, and then product launch with Terry Stevenson. So We as the Mag 5, once a month, we will gather together and we will create a whole training sequence and challenge for you. Now, in addition, again, I want to tell you, this is free, okay? You're not going to get into this training and there's a bunch of upsells. Builderall is 40 plus tools all in one place. So we show you and we train you how to use the tools, okay? You could technically take all of this training if you want to and then go use a different platform, but why would you? Because the beauty of it is we have everything in one place and we're already showing you how to use it, okay? So again, you can search the knowledge base here. If you want to promote this challenge, if you are a Builderall affiliate, you can actually promote this challenge, and we've created an affiliate funnel template, again, 100% free, for you to be able to use to promote this course, and then you just simply get leads for Builderall as an affiliate, right? So if someone takes the course and then they sign up for Builderall, you get commission because you were the one who, showed them Builderall. You gave them the course, right? We also have a workbook that goes with this course that you can download and use. And we also have onboarding forms, which is incredibly valuable because that's where people kind of get a little confused. But it's also cool that we show you how to use all of this and we go through the course workbook with you. And then we have even instructions to show you how to access the affiliate funnel and get it set up. And literally in the meeting today, somebody said, I didn't know how to do that. And in like 10 minutes, I had it all set up. So we definitely made it as simple as possible. But you can check out the replays from our live last week every day here for the 5 days. And then we have additional 10 days of training that you can access here as well. Now, this isn't one of those things where you watch the training and then you have to upgrade to get access to the others. You legit have access to all of this, okay? This is all free, just for clicking the link above this video. Also, on this Builderall page, you can get access to all of the replays. Now, let me show you this, okay? Because before my Facebook account got blocked, or deleted, we had all of our training in units to make it easier to find. But what happened was when my Facebook got deleted, so did all of my videos. Now, thankfully, I had them backed up, which, you always should back up your videos, but so what I've done is I created our own e-learning for our own group, okay? So again, this is totally free. You don't have to be a Builderall member to have access to this. You can, if you are new to Builderall though, here's a place that you can get started, and also search the knowledge base for any questions that you have. You can join the community here, and again, you can join all of our groups. So I have in this training how to start your own web agency, how to create a lead magnet sales funnel, how to create a blog, building a website, create a template shop, email marketing, create a digital business card. So all of these things that we have talked about in the group, I've organized here so that you can easily find them. Okay, so here's what it looks like. And this is everything that I've done here is 100% created with Builderall. Well, I can't say that because I did use Canva for the graphics and stuff. But other than that, this e-learning, all of that stuff is all Builderall. Okay, so you guys have access to all of that. And of course, on the side here, you can take any of the courses. Now, if you're watching this someplace else, know that you will have to go to the broadcast page for me to see the questions, okay? So I definitely want you to open this up here and then comment below, and let me just say, welcome, everyone. This makes it easier for me because we do broadcast to a lot of places. It makes it easier for me to see in one place. Okay, so I'm going to say, welcome everyone. Now, what I'm going to do is get started on today's training. Okay, so let me go ahead and I am going to stop sharing. So now you only see me, and I'm going to move this window over and pull up my my training here, because before we did the coaching challenge, remember we were creating our course funnel. Okay, so let me go ahead and share my screen again. Okay, so now we are back inside our course funnel. Okay, so just to catch you all up, this is, I think, day 11. Maybe I can't remember because we took that week off. So we are building a sales funnel to promote a course. So we have used PLR products, and so far we have chosen our products. We've created our e-learning course. We have uploaded all the videos into the video manager, and we've created the whole funnel. We've created our membership areas and our products up to this point. Okay, and we've also designed our lead magnet page, our email confirmation page, and we were working on our front end offer page in the last video. We didn't quite get that finished up, so that's what we're going to do today. And then I'm also going to show you how to optimize the mobile version. Okay, so I did tell you guys that I am going to give you the sales funnel. Somebody asked in the group today about the sales funnel. I am going to give this to you guys, but there is a caveat, and I've been trying to figure out the best way to do this because I really want you guys to, I want to encourage you to build along with me. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a promo code for this funnel, okay? And if you show me that you actually built your own, I'm going to give you the promo code, okay? Now, the reason I'm telling you this now is because I don't want you to wait until the end and be like, well, Bridget, you said that you were going to give it to me. Well, I did say that, but I've always said I want to give you the opportunity, and that's because I really want to encourage your action. I want to encourage you to learn, and I know that there are some of you out there, because you asked questions in the group, I know there's some of you out there that are just sitting around waiting for the funnel to be done so that you can get it and then go, share it or do whatever. But that's not the point of this. The point is to teach you the skills that you need to do this over and over and over again so that it's in your head that you're learning a skill set. This isn't like some get rich quick scheme. We're learning a real skill set that is actually growing in demand, okay, especially with coronavirus and all this going on. All right, so now having said all of that, let's go ahead and dive into today's training and start designing our front end offer page. Okay, actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and just look at what our offer page looks like. So here we're giving our lead magnet here, and we designed all of this. We set up our membership registration. So here's our button so that they have to opt into our sales funnel to get our free lead magnet, right? Once they have entered their information and created their membership inside of our funnel, then they're going to go to the email confirmation page. And we designed this already. We created this graphic. And remember, I always say that when you are, every action you want someone to take in a funnel, give them something to incentivize it, right? Give them an extra bonus because you want them to take an extra action. So it has to be a give and take, all right? So what I like to do is offer something free. In the last funnel, I offered 1,500 social media brandable graphics. And so that's an irresistible offer, right? And all they have to do to get that is to confirm their email. So here, for the sake of making this kind of generic, not generic in the sense that it's lame, but generic in the sense that it can be easily customizable for someone else to promote something else, right? So you can choose in this funnel your own bonus that you want to give. Also, one of the things that I like to do that actually Gene Hackus, the network marketing specialist, he does, and I thought that's a genius idea. On the email confirmation page, he says, don't have time? Click the button to access your free guide. Now, they are going to have to confirm, right, to get their free thing. But remember, maybe they're standing in line at the grocery store and they just happened upon our funnel and they are clicking it and they enter their email and they get to this page and they're like, I don't have time for all that. They have to pay for their groceries. Maybe you know, maybe they'll come back to it or whatever, but we still want them to keep the interest, right? We want them to still be interested in what we're offering. So you can click here and then it goes to the front end offer page. All right. So here is our front end offer page so far that we've been working on. Here's the live view. You can definitely tell that we have not, you know, really fine tuned it. It needs to be centered and everything. But remember, when you're first creating your funnel, you just want to get all the information in on the page, okay? You can always go back and make it pretty, but we just want to get all the information on the page, and then we want to make sure that we're testing it and that it functions properly. Then we can always go back and adjust. All right, so let's go ahead and get started editing this page here. So I'm going to click here to edit the front end offer page. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up our thank you page here, because this page is the page from the PLR product that we were using, right? So this is where we're getting all of the ideas for our copy. So we're not even writing the copy ourselves, right? So let me move this out of the way because I want to look on our page and remember where we finished off. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. But my messenger is going nuts. Okay, so it looks like we finished off on the fast action bonus number 3, and then we have this panel here. So if we're looking at our page here, it looks like fast action bonus 3. So now we're getting into the nuts and bolts of, or not nuts and bolts, I guess, but now we're getting down to the final, you know, the sale. We're going to ask for the sale now. So what we want to do is just literally copy this text here, and then, you know, we're going to be pasting it into our funnel that we're creating here. So that's literally what I'm going to do. I want to get rid of this video though. We're not going to use that, so I'm just going to delete that. Let's see here. I do want to use this checkout button here, but I don't really need any of this. So actually, I'm going to move this to the side here. And I am going to delete this. And I'm going to delete this. And we'll go ahead and delete these as well because we don't really need that. And if you guys remember in the last video, I was really struggling with some of this text, and I told you I was going to contact support because I couldn't figure out why, when I was, you know, copying the text and then I was trying to change it, why it was having so many issues. And what they actually suggested is because the code, and again, I'm not like a techie person like this, but I guess the code rewrites itself automatically. So if you're duplicating and you're not in an incognito window, it will actually kind of revert back to the previous code. So they told me that whenever you're in the editor, any editor, not just Builderall, you should always be in an incognito window because that keeps it from like keeping memory of the previous thing, but also it will deactivate any extensions that you have, okay? So just so you know, if you're having that same issue, definitely just work with Builderall or any editor inside an incognito window. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and copy my headline here. Wait, so let me see. It says fast action. Does that sound good or what? Okay, so this actually needs to be this right here. So what I'm going to do is just double click in here, and then I'm going to highlight and click Control V to paste. Okay, so that keeps that there. Now the next thing is our headline, and we're going to say how much is all of this going to cost you. So I'm going to put that here, and I'm just going to highlight and Control V to paste. Now we are using a neutral text, so that'll make it easy when we go to the mobile optimization here. Let's go ahead and get some of this text here. So I'm just going to copy. Let's go ahead and add it here. I'm just going to highlight and Control V to paste. So you see that it pastes to the default like paragraph text. So what we're going to do is we'll go down to paragraph. We'll make sure that I think we were using, let's see what text we were using up here. So we'll just double click and we will make this neutral paragraph, and we'll just use Lato, and we'll use 18. That's about the size I like for my paragraph text. So we'll scroll down here. We'll do the same thing here. We will copy this and go to neutral paragraph and Lato and 18. And if we wanted to adjust the line height, we could do that here. And actually, and if you missed the previous trainings, the line height is just the space in between each line of text. And I do like it to be 1, so typically I do change that. Okay, so we'll go ahead and keep this here. And we want to, looks like they didn't center it, but maybe actually we will change this here. Now remember, you guys, the reason that, if this is your first time ever watching and you're thinking, why is she not more prepared for this training? Remember, the beauty of this training that we're doing here is because, or the beauty of that is that I am not I'm not preparing for this, okay? I want to show you how to do this in real time and show you all of the things that I'm doing as I do it, okay? So that's why maybe it's not as like beautiful and fine-tuned as some, prepared training is, but you guys get to see how I troubleshoot things and how I, resolve different issues that may come when you are creating your own funnel. Okay, so now I have this here, and I need to get another title text here. Okay, so now that I have all of that, because the next bold line is get instant access right now. So I'm going to double click this, and I'm going to do Control V to paste. So now we have our title here, and it looks like, yes, I want access. So I'm going to just copy this line here. Let's go ahead and duplicate this. I want to move this down a little bit, and I'm just going to double click in there and Control V to paste. Let's make sure that we got our correct font and all of that. So we'll choose Lato, and we will make it 18. And line height doesn't really matter here because we only have one line of text, but we'll duplicate this again. And we'll go ahead and add the benefits down here, because we're saying, as I'm just pasting all of this in here, we're telling them, like, how much is this going to cost? You're going to get this and this and this. And we are making this $7 because this is master resale rights. Okay, so we chose a PLR product with master resale rights, and what that means is they can tell you that there has to be a minimum price. So the minimum price of this in the terms is $7. So you do have to sell this at a minimum of $7. But since I have master resale rights, I can actually give you this, or sell it to you, I guess, for $7, and then you can resell it. Okay, so that's why master resale rights are really, really cool. So I'm going to go ahead, now that I've highlighted all of that, we could actually go ahead and just choose our text. And we'll go ahead and choose Lato again. Let's make this 18. And we want some bullet points here. So let's go ahead and we'll just, but it looks like our bullet points may be white. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use bullet points, and I really don't like the bullet points anyway. I actually like to do the little flag icons here. So I'm going to right click on the right side of the T here, if you guys can see. Let me actually move this up a little bit. So I'm going to double click here into the box. I'm going to click to the right of the T and then use my left arrow to move the cursor over, okay? Because sometimes if you're trying to click, between the T and the outside of that line, sometimes it's really hard to get the exact right spot. So that's just how I do it. And then I'm going to go to the little flag here, and I'm going to search check. because I want like a checkbox, and I can choose one here, and I have been using this one, so let's go ahead and just use that again. And again, we are going to click to the right of the F, use our left arrow, and if I click this again, it's going to automatically default to the one that I just chose, so that does make it easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and get the rest of these put in here, because see, that just looks a lot better than those little black dots. Okay, so now we have this here. I'm going to shrink this box down a little bit. Okay, and so now we have this little attention line, and we can put this here, and we want to move this button up a little bit, and we can add this back down here. And of course, we want to give them the opportunity to say no thank you, right? Because we offered them something free. So we always have to, no matter how many steps in the sales process, we need to give them the opportunity to retrieve that free thing, okay? Because that is what we offered, all right? So what we want to do now is we want to connect this button, and again, we can come back and make this pretty, all right? So we can make this as bigger if we want to. So what we want to do is left click on the button, because remember, we've already created our products, okay? And again, if this is your first time watching and you're completely lost, go to the menu and click the link above the video if you're not on the broadcast page, go to our training page there, and then go to the menu and then choose replays. And there's an entire unit that you can get completely caught up to where we're at. And then the replay to this video will stay on the broadcast page until we go live again. And then I will definitely put the link to that video inside the e-learning as well. So every time we're recycling these videos, and just to tell you full transparency, I'm going to take the recording, I'm going to upload it to Builderall Hosting, and then I'm going to add it to the e-learning. So that's how easy it is when you're done with your training to be able to just quickly add that, as we're going along. So I'm going to click here to set link, because I want to tell this button what to do, right? So I'm actually going to go to Super Checkout, because I want to connect this to a product that we created, okay? So this is our ebook product that we want them to purchase. Okay, we just called it Launch Your Online Course. So now it's connected to that product inside of our checkout system. Okay, that's all I have to do to connect it to that product. So I'm going to click Select. Now it's saying, no thank you. I know I will not have just this chance again, but I will pass this time. So this is the no thank you button. Okay, so what we want to do is click here. Now remember, if they've opted in for the free thing, and we've said, great, you've opted in for the free thing. Now, are you interested in these ebooks? That's the process that we're going through, okay? So they can click that button to purchase the ebooks, or they can say no thank you. So we want this button to go to the upsell page, because if they don't purchase the ebooks, we want to also try to sell them the video, right? The video course. So we called that the upsell page. So we're going to go ahead and connect that button to the upsell page. And remember, I always say, when you are connecting, a new page, or you're wanting to take them off of your page, you need to keep in mind, if you want them to stay in the funnel, you need to open in the same tab. Okay. But if you want them to go someplace else and then still keep their place in your funnel, open in the same tab if you want to keep them in the funnel, and then open in a new tab if you want them to stay with the funnel but also go someplace else. For example, to make this clear in case that was incredibly confusing, if I had a website and I had a link to my Facebook page, I would want to open in a new tab because I want them to still stay on my website, but maybe go check out my Facebook page and then just close that window out, and now they're still at my website. That's really important to keep in mind what action you want to choose here. So I want them staying in my funnel. I don't want to send them anywhere else, so I'm going to choose the same tab. So I'm going to click Select, because now these buttons are set. So of course I want to save. Make sure you guys, I don't see any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and close. And now here's the fun part. We're going to edit mobile. Now I am going to show you every single page to edit mobile because I get this question a lot. People are like, well, I don't know how to do this on mobile and do that on mobile. And mobile is so important because about 80% of the people who view your website or funnel, it's going to be on mobile. So it's really important that you have it organized and optimized for mobile. Okay. So what I like to do is first scroll down. So it's not horrible, really, but we definitely have some work that we want to do to this to make it look better for mobile. So the first thing I want to do, I usually start at the top, and I'm going to click here because this is actually, if I click outside here, I don't like that entrepreneurs is on the second line like this. I actually would rather it be more blocked in. So I'll show you what I mean here. I'm going to left click, and then I'm going to click here to edit the element, and I'm going to go down to advanced, and now you see you can adjust the lateral spacing where the element is. Okay, this is a text element. So I actually want to increase the space there because I just want to bring that whole thing in. Okay, so now if I click outside that, it looks a little bit better. It's more centered. And always keep in mind when you're doing mobile, you want to keep things off of the edge. Okay, you can see how kind of sloppy this looks because it's not centered. It doesn't look like it's put together and organized well. So that's definitely what we want to do here. Now this looks like a text that is clear. I don't know what this is. Let's go back to the desktop view and let's scroll up here. And I don't see that text anywhere. So I would be expecting to see like maybe some white text or something like that that was up against a white background. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to the mobile view and we're just going to hide it because I don't know what it is. It doesn't really look like it's a necessary point. So I'm just going to click here and then hide it. Now, if it is visible on the desktop view and it's for something that I just didn't quickly see, it's still going to show in the desktop view. We have just hidden it on mobile view. Okay, so this is too many lines and it needs to be centered. So what I'm going to do is left click here and I'm going to click edit element. And then I'm going to actually adjust the text size. So you see, I've talked about this before. I love to use the neutral text because neutral allows me to adjust on mobile easily. If I had used global text, I would have to go up here and then adjust, and then it would also adjust all of that same style of text throughout my whole website. So neutral is definitely more user-friendly. So I'm going to actually minimize this a little bit. We can make it about 20. That looks a lot better. So now I'm just going to simply go down the line here and we're just going to adjust. I'm going to go to the lateral spacing. I'm going to add a little bit more space here just to make sure that it stays centered. I'm going to add some more space here. Again, I don't want it showing. I don't want it to be so close to the edge there. So I'm just going to bring that in. And you can also, once you choose how much of the text you want to bring in, you can standardize that for all of the rest of your text so that it's all the same. Okay, so this is going to be, we'll just bring it in. Let's see, 15 is a good number to remember. Let me go ahead and add less space to the top here because I don't want that the space between this title and this like subtitle to be so far. So I'm going to decrease that by decreasing the amount of space at the top. Okay, so let's see here. Now we have this, and I don't like for the mobile text to be centered like that. Again, completely your preference. I like to align it to the left. So I'm going to go ahead and leave the titles centered though, maybe. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and work with this a little bit. So let's see, my title was a 20. So let's go ahead and keep all of our titles 20. and then we can adjust. Okay, so I'm going to click there in the element. We want to left justify this. We want to add some space. It actually has 15 here already, so that looks good. Let's make this. Let's go ahead to general settings and let's see, was it 20? Now I that quickly forgot. So I'm going to go edit element and 20. I love to hear your guys' comments as I do this because you're always like, oh, it's so nice to see that you mess up too. Yeah, I don't know everything that's going to happen before I click on it. So don't feel bad if this is you and you're like, I'm clicking everywhere. I just don't know. It's not you. It's just a process. It's a learning thing, you know. Um, I'm going to bring this in a little bit more because I just don't like that one word. So as long as it's like centered and it doesn't look like all weird, it's really up to you. The spacing doesn't really matter so much as long as it looks good. Okay, so let's see. This one here was, we could probably move that in here because if you make sure that the blue line doesn't go over that blue line, then no matter what it's viewed on, it'll be, you know, centered. All right. So let's just work our way down here. You can see that this text actually looks much different than this text. Okay, so we definitely, that's something that we definitely want to go back and look at and see if maybe we just forgot to edit the style or something like that. So we'll go ahead and actually let me see what size this text is. So that's 16. So we'll definitely make this 16 as well. So maybe just some line height issues. And I'm going to click here. That's 16. But we can go ahead and just align it to the left. And we'll align this to the left as well. And we have this title here, but obviously we want it to be above the text, right? So let's go ahead and we're just going to move this up arrow to go above the text. All right, so let's bring that in a little bit because the blue lines off the edge there. So we definitely want to make sure that that looks good. And it is 18, so maybe bring it in just a little bit more. So we'll just keep adjusting that where it says is profitable. There, that looks better. So as we keep scrolling down, you see we have our first bonus, but this text needs to be above that box. Okay, so let's go ahead and move this above. And we want to bring this in a little bit. So I'm just going to add some space there. Want to make sure that it is the correct size. So that looks good. Our image looks good. And we definitely want to move this text up as well. And we'll move this up as well because remember we're trying to keep everything in the same flow as our desktop view, right? So I'm going to click here and let's go ahead and edit so it is the same size. And let's go ahead and bring that in just a little bit so that it says online course. There we go. We want to bring this in as well. So we're just literally just, this is the creative part for me. So we're really just making it look and flow good and to look, you know, appealing and professional, right? So I'm just gonna decrease that size at the top there till it looks right. We want to move this up actually because I think on our desktop view that is underneath the title there. All right, so as we scroll down here, this needs to be justified to the left. So we're going to go ahead and align that to the left there. And it is a global text, so, and I can tell that because it doesn't give me the opportunity to change the size here. So that's something we definitely want to adjust. So we're going to go to move that up there. And I can already tell, I didn't want to can't do that. I can already tell, same thing with this text here. So we're just going to align that to the left. We'll definitely come back and adjust that. So let's see, fast action bonus. Okay, so here, this is the title for our bonuses. Let's go ahead and add some space. I'm not really happy with the way this looks. I want to add some space to the bottom here. Okay, so I'm going to go to advanced, and I'm just going to increase, actually not the title there. I want to increase the space at the bottom of the box, okay? Because I don't like how you see how the blue edged box is below our bonus box here, okay? So I need more space there. So I've got a lateral spacing. I'm going to increase. Now you see as I increase that space, now there's more space there. And you can actually, if you want to shrink in the box a little bit more, give more space on the side, you could do that there. Let's go ahead and adjust this. Since we shrunk the box down a little bit, I want to make sure that this is lined up correctly. There we go. That looks good. Okay, let's add some space below the text as well. So we're just going to increase that. All right. So now we're moving on to bonus number 2. And looks like the title's good. All of this is good, except it needs to be to the left. So general settings and left. Definitely tell that it is a global text again. So we would definitely want to remember that. I don't know really if on mobile we need to have 2 titles here for special bonuses for taking action. So let's actually, yeah, let's keep it. Okay. So if we look at this box here, let's go back here because I want to make them universal. And we go down to advanced, nope, lateral spacing. We brought it in to 14, okay? So now what we need to do is go down to this box here, and we're going to bring it into 14 because we want it to be the same. We're going to go to this box here, and let's bring it into 14. Okay, so that looks pretty good. All right. Now we need to adjust our titles here. So this actually needs more space at the bottom. So we're going to click here and go to the bottom section, and we're just going to add some space there. And let's go to, what's this one here? We already did this one. Let's make sure that it's the same. So 20 at the bottom for that one as well. And let's see, 20 at the bottom for this one. Okay, and oops, let's say 20 at the bottom for this one. We'll click the element there and we'll go down to lateral spacing. Let's go ahead and move this one up to 20 as well. And we need to get our title moved above our image here, and we need to get this moved above the box. All right, so as you can see, you guys, I'm just going through here just one by one and just making sure that everything looks as we want it to look. So this is why I love this part, because it's really fun. So now you can see with this box here, it is a neutral text, even though it looks different, right? And I can tell that because it gives me the opportunity to adjust the size. But if I go up here and I click here to edit element, you can see there is no opportunity to adjust the size. So this is global, this is neutral, okay? Even though they look the same, that's how you can tell them apart. Okay, so we definitely want to adjust that when we go back to the desktop view. So it says, does that look good or what? So we're getting down to the bottom section here. So you can see, you know, the Cheetah makes this really, really simple to adjust the mobile view and optimize it. So this looks pretty good as it is, so we'll keep that there. Let's go ahead and we're going to justify or align that to the left. And it's not that close to the edge, so we'll keep it there. Get instant access now. Do we want that there? Definitely want this to be left. There we go. We could bring this in just a little bit here. So it's a little bit more in the center. This looks pretty good, but let's go ahead and add our yes, I want it button above the cashback symbol here. And this is actually a button that has way too much text on mobile. So let's go ahead and click here to edit the element. And let's go to headline. Now you can see it's super, super long. I'm just going to change this to say, no, thank you. I will just take my free guide. Okay, so you can see it's a little bit better. If we want to adjust the size, we can keep working with that here because this is the font size for mobile. This is the font size for desktop, okay? So if you want to adjust the size for just the mobile version, you can do that here. But let's go ahead and just make it small because we really don't want them to say no thank you. We really want them to go ahead and purchase, right? So we don't want to make that so big that they're just going to be instantly no thank you, I'll take my free thing, right? So as we go up here, you can see it looks pretty good. It looks a lot better than it did before. It needs to be adjusted just a little bit because it is on 3 lines there. I don't really like that. So let's decrease. There we go. So this one, the same thing. Let's just decrease the space. There we go. All right, looks good. Okay, so let's go back to desktop. Of course, we want to save. Of course, of course. So we just did a lot of work there. And now let's go to, let me make sure you guys don't have any questions. No questions. Let me refresh because either you guys are asking on the Facebook and everything, or yeah, okay. All right, so now that we have edited that, let's go ahead and go to our text boxes here and get them in neutral text. All right, so let me remember, I think it was this one here. Is this neutral? I don't think so. I think this one was neutral. Yes, it is neutral. So now I'm going to double click here and I'm going to highlight and let's go to styles and we'll go to neutral paragraph. Let's choose Lato and let's choose 18. And that looks pretty good. And now let's go up to this one. And we're just going to left click in there. We're going to highlight. We're going to choose neutral paragraph text. And we're going to choose Lato and 18. Okay, so I think that should solve that problem. Let's go back to the mobile view. And let's check it out. So we'll click here to go back to the mobile view. And we'll scroll down to where, let's see here. So go to edit element. Let's go all the way up to the top. And I guess I didn't change that one. Let's look at this one. So we did change this one. Let's go ahead and move this up to 16. And then we'll move this one, because I think I changed this one too, up to 16. And I think this one was already, yeah, so we'll move that to 16 as well. And I think we're good. All right, so we just need to change the launch your own course text. So let's go back to desktop. And you know, again, it's like I could do all of this stuff without you guys live, but I know that you're going to run into the same problems when you're creating your own and I want you to know how to fix it. So this is why I want to do this live. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, highlight all of that because that's the one that we were struggling with there. So we're going to change this to Lato. And we're going to make it 18 because I like 18 on desktop and 16 on mobile. Oh, did it do it? Oh, it was working so well for me today. Okay. So neutral and later and 18. Okay, let's go ahead and save. And that's fine. Now let's go ahead and go to the desktop version, or I'm sorry, the mobile version. And make sure that that looks good on mobile. Okay, so as I scroll down here, we left click, and you see now we can change it. So let's go ahead and move that to 16 as well. Okay, it looks much, much better. We could add a little space at the bottom of the text. Remember, if you guys want to add any spacing, lateral spacing, or left, right, up and down, make sure that you're clicked in the box and then start adjusting, okay? And you can adjust anything. I mean, you can adjust the size of images, anything that you want to adjust. So let's scroll down here. Everything looks good. Okay, so we'll go back to our desktop view. Let's do our final save. Oops. Definitely want to adjust the size of this panel here. So I'm just going to drag that up there and save. And now we need to look at the live version of our page. So I'm going to X out of this window. Let's go ahead and republish to make sure that all of our changes are updated. And let's go to edit site. Sometimes you have to refresh a couple times for it to update. So let's go down, let's scroll down and see. So far, looks good. Oh, looks like we need to, since I changed the text size, we need to make this box a little bit larger. That's good to know. And we'll scroll down. Looks good, guys. Looks so good. Let's go ahead before we move on, though. And here's what I recommend you do. Definitely, if you see something like that, just go ahead and fix it while you're thinking about it. Because, any of those like little adjustments and things, they can be done at any time. But I definitely want to keep this fresh in my mind and remember that it needed to be fixed. So I want to go ahead and fix it now. Okay, so I'm just going to adjust the box a little bit there, go ahead and save it. And of course, again, we'll come back and fine tune this as we go through. After we test it, make sure that everything is working and functioning, then we can go back and beautify it, make it our own, do whatever we want to do with it. So let me now I want to show you back to our page here now, okay? This training today is going to stay on our broadcast page. Now, for Friday Q&A, remember we do Friday Q&A every single Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am live here Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me. You can always click on this page. This training will stay here on the broadcast page until we do a new training. And if you want to watch any of the replays from this, you can go to all replays and you can go down to create your own course funnel, and you will get access to all of the previous trainings. So definitely, if you're lost, if this is your first time joining us, definitely click the link in the description of the video, go to our training page here, click all replays, and then you can scroll down to these trainings here to catch up, okay? So that's all I have for you today. If you want to click this button here to join the Builderall family, you can do that as well. And so again, sorry about that. Okay, so again, that's all I have for you today. So I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place. Go build it with Builderall.